Dave the Diver is another of the PlayStation Plus cohort that piqued my interest. This 2023 offering by Mint Rocket released in early access in 2022 and onto PlayStation consoles in 2024, and boasts a strong pixel art aesthetic and gameplay loop that is both charming and finds a delicious balance between peaceful and exciting. When a mysterious blue hole opens up, in which not only can fish from around the world be found, but also in which the environment changes each day, the eponymous Dave the Diver is recruited by his friend Cobra to set up a sushi restaurant with Chef Bancho. Dave the Diver combines underwater exploration, resource management, and restaurant simulation elements where players must balance their time between diving, catching fish, upgrading equipment, and running the restaurant. Along the way, Dave encounters a variety of underwater creatures and discovers hidden secrets in the ocean's depths. As you complete main story missions and side quests for the quirky characters Dave will come across, you will unlock additional content that will steadily add fun side activities and further depth to the core gameplay loop, with additional ways to catch new types of fish and systems that provide opportunities to focus on aspects of the gameplay that you find more appealing. For example, at one point you unlock a fish farm, allowing you to collect eggs to grow fish that can be sent to the restaurant for food. This can give you the freedom to focus on exploration or fish deeper within the hole, but it also adds another dimension to the Pokemon-style fish collectible system. When I fancied a break from missions, I had the option of directing my attention to shallow waters and worked on obtaining breeding pairs of every fish for the depths that I had unlocked, to always have the ingredients needed to level up and sell the matching sushi. Later on, you unlock additional methods of attaining different ingredients, encouraging you to explore deeper into the hole without having to worry about wasting time and inventory space on easier to obtain and less profitable ingredients. In fact, every time I felt as though you would hit a state of the game that I would call quote-unquote the endgame, I would be surprised with another mechanic or minigame that would expand what Dave the Diver had to offer. It's easy to think that providing a player with more and more things to do would quickly become overwhelming, but the steady pace that these gameplay elements are unlocked, the way they effectively complement or expand previously unlocked elements, and the fact that they don't take up large swaths of your time, mean that they incorporate really nicely into your gameplay routine. Everything Dave the Diver does, it does well. It's clear from the beginning that a great deal of care and attention has been put into the visual and audio design, the writing, and the mechanics. I had initially been somewhat dismissive of Dave the Diver had to offer. It hadn't particularly appealed to me as a game I would have usually been intrigued by, and my initial impression of the art style and early gameplay harkened back to browser-based flash games I had spent more time than I should have been playing in school in the mid-2000s. But I was immediately struck by the charm of Dave the Diver. The pixel art aesthetic, while simple and pleasing, is still able to provide varied and interesting locations and creatures. Matched by gloriously atmospheric lighting, Dave the Diver manages to craft environments that I found to be surprisingly beautiful. From brightly coloured fish to forests of kelp and coral, the scenery you explore is already beautiful enough during the day, but when nighttime fishing is unlocked, this is taken to the next level as those stunning scenes are amplified with the neon-esque glow of bioluminescence. These scenes are accompanied by a soundtrack that perfectly captures the essence of the location you are in. From chilled melodies while in your boat, reminiscent of relaxing on a Hawaiian beach, to hip-hop inspired beats preparing the restaurant for the night service, or deeply atmospheric tracks that build tension as you explore deeper into the hole. The tracks are relatively short and loop often if you linger in an area, but I found this to be seamless and unnoticed, the tracks themselves lodging firmly in my head in the way I like. The gameplay in these different areas is varied and fun, though can become repetitive at times. Despite this, I had a great amount of fun with it and found it to be varied enough as limited inventory space and health led me to choosing to focus my attention to different things during different segments of gameplay, dedicating one dive to collecting fish for eggs for my farm, then spending another completing missions or exploring. With this approach, I didn't find the game to be too difficult, but a rather comfortable difficulty. There's an element of risk versus reward, and I found that many of the deaths or more difficult experiences I had stemmed from moments where I took risks to chase reward or stretched myself too carelessly. There were occasional spikes in difficulty when entering new areas as fish or creatures gained more health or did more damage, and equipment needed to be upgraded to catch up, while I found that boss fights were fun, but again, not particularly difficult, only taking at most 2 or 3 attempts. The restaurant sections at night proved to be the most difficult, with fast gameplay and lots of customers to serve. It ended up being somewhat frantic and intense, but also very rewarding. Managing and upgrading employees made this far easier, and it was a fun experience throughout. There's a wide range of customization, from employees available to decor to items being served on the menu. The restaurant is a primary income method to purchase equipment and staff upgrades, so making the restaurant profitable is super important. There are plenty of options to do this, and many of the other gameplay elements end up funneling resources to make this happen. So what's the final verdict on Dave the Diver? Well, despite initial misgivings, I honestly have found it hard to find anything I particularly dislike about it. While others may be put off by some repetitive gameplay or difficulty, I found it to be in the sweet spot of what I would want, with more than enough to do to ensure gameplay sessions feel varied and effective. Dave the Diver cannot be anything other than a strong recommendation to either purchase or pick up on PlayStation Plus where available. Dave the Diver gets our first 10 out of 10 trophy. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review and would like to see more, please drop a like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. It really does help the channel and as we bring out more content. So with that, once again, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you again soon.